Michael, commiserations. It's a 3-1 defeat in the FA Trophy where things just really seem to unravel in the second half.
Yeah, I think it was a game of 2 hours, wasn't it? Really, first half I thought we were really good. We controlled the game. We nullified everything they'd done. Got our noses in front as well, and yeah, second half obviously as the game went on, big man up top really started just to pull a few more strings, didn't he? And like I said, touched on it before, it was going to be runners from the field, and we've two times we never picked him up. The lad scored, so frustrating on that part. And yeah, look, it's something to learn on again, and we move forward.
Can you pinpoint what the reasons are for that drop off in the second half? Because we didn't dominate the first half, but there was quite a significant downturn in that second period.
I think it's just the momentum. I think if you give this a team like this the momentum and the encouragement to get on top, they will. And I think the pitch doesn't help as well. I know I'm talking about the surface. I think it's a beautiful surface, the hill. I think we kind of got pinned in. We just couldn't get out. Yeah, and like I said, the big man up top. You ain't going to face many players like that in this league, and especially in our league. So, he's caused a lot of problems to the latter end of that second half. And yeah, we've been punished. And the third goal's the more the disappointing one because once again, it's from our own doing. I think we've loaded the box to put the ball in the box, and we've not done that, and we've been punished. So look, it's disappointing today, but we move on.
Just to dissect those goals in a bit more detail, the third one happens. You're pushing for an equaliser. You've just been picked off on the break, but certainly those first two straight balls over the top, they did look rather simple for kids.
Yeah, they did, and we reiterated all week to the boys about runners in behind. It's what we were told. We were scouting. Like I said, we did it well first half. We did it. We tracked the runners. We dealt with the thing. In second half, I don't know if it's a bit of tiredness, maybe, or just said when they've just started to get that momentum, we couldn't get out. And I think a couple of times we switched off and we've been punished. And that's what good players will do to you.
Was it just as disappointing not to take control of the game after we scored that goal? Because we got off to the perfect start, 1-0 up after just 3 minutes, but then for whatever reason, Kidsgrove just seemed to really get into the ascendancy from there.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, you want to take full control, but we have to accept that away from home, there's going to be large spells that we will be on the back foot, and it's just how we deal with that. And at times we dealt really well, and then we had that 10-15 minute period where we conceded 2 goals from it. So, but it's something we need to improve on. It's just keeping them constant levels up as much as we can.
You were forced into a couple of changes in your back four today. No Jarvis Wilson, no Joe Malkin either. Were they just unavailable for today?
Yeah, just unfortunately they were unavailable for the weekend, so we've had to make some changes. And yeah, it's always difficult, isn't it, when you're coming off a couple of good results and you're changing a few players. It's tough, but I thought Husey come in, done really well, and Tariq led the line really well at points as well. So yeah, look, obviously Jarvis, big miss. He's your captain, he's your leader at back there. So, but look, this happens at this level. We have to accept that, and players have to take their opportunity when they come in. So yeah, look, it's disappointing, but we'll move on.
We saw a first glimpse of new signing John McHugh from the bench today. How did you think he got on?
Yeah, difficult one for him. Obviously, game where it was just a bit stretched towards the end, but he does look sharp when he can get on the ball, and he's got that blistering pace that we think will come in and do us a really good service this season. So, yeah, look, it's getting him up to speed. He's obviously not been in a club, so we've got to get him match fit, and like I said, we've got 10 days now to prepare the lads ready for the next game.
You just touched on my next question there. You have got that 10-day break now until Long Eaton United away. How do you plan to use that time?
Same as every time, Joe. We get on the training field, we'll get on the pitch, we'll work on things that have gone wrong today, and we'll work on how we can improve. And that's the aim at the game at the moment. In the league, we're doing quite nicely. We're ticking along, and we just got to keep adding to that, and keep improving, keep learning. And look, silver lining is today's a cup game. No points on the line for us. We've not lost ground on anyone above us. We've not been sucked further back down or down the league. So look, we take the negatives today, we work on them, and then we get ready for the Tuesday night.
And just on Long Eaton, have you had them scouted, or is that something that will happen over the course of the next 10 days?
Yeah, well, that will. Now this game's finished, our eyes will focus firmly on them, and we've got 10 days to sit through as a coaching staff how we going to approach it, and then we'll reiterate that over the next couple of days to the boys.
You alluded to adding to your squad. You brought in John McHugh, Levon Stewart last week as well. Are there any other potential arrivals that we could expect over the course of the next few days?
Nothing concrete. I've always said we're always looking, if the right player comes in that we think can improve us, we'll do everything we can to bring him in the building. So to the beauty of this level, we can change and bring players in and out as we can. And yeah, look, we're always on the lookout. If a player comes up that's going to make us better, that's the right fit for the change room, then of course we'll do everything we can to bring them in.
Well, thanks for your time. Have a safe journey home.
Cheers, thank you.
Ben, commiserations. Can you just give us the players' perspective of today's defeat?
First half, went out there and did very well, solid at the back. After playing down the hill, favoured us a little bit. Then going out second half, tried to do a similar thing. They used their know-how of playing at home and whatnot, and that advantage with their fans because they were very good behind the goal. And then used their big striker to win a lot of flick-ons and whatnot, and ran off them and scored a few good goals in their eyes, and poor defensive areas in ours.
Can you just give us an insight into the game plan today? Because just talking with Michael, it seemed the first half and the second half chalk and cheese.
Yeah, well, exactly what he wanted from us first half, and obviously he wanted us to go out there and replicate that the second half, and it didn't exactly go to our plan of what we wanted to go and achieve. And just a lapse in concentration, really. Not really necessarily any fault of individuals or whatnot. It's just lapse in concentration throughout the game, that's all.
Was it most disappointing, the manner of those goals, especially the first two kicks straight over the top, coming from the flick-ons as well?
Yeah, for sure. With it being their striker, we knew going into the game that's what their game plan was, to be very direct and play towards him. And obviously dealing with that in the first half very well, as we did. Going into the second half, thought we'd go out and do exactly the same thing, and it just didn't exactly pan out that way.
You mentioned Kidsgrove utilising that home advantage, and certainly when we scored our goal, they started to grow back into the game. Do you feel like that might have been different perhaps if we were at home? If we scored that early goal, we might have got into the ascendancy ourselves?
Yeah, I think playing away with the following that they had played a part into it, because behind the goal they did not be quiet for any...
Pretty lengthy trip up here.
Yeah, after a long trip it was just constant barrage of noise and words behind me. So I can imagine playing in front of that if we was at home, and our fans the same, which they are when we're at home. It would have been spurred us on after getting such an early goal. We probably would have got one, maybe two, if we were playing at home. But sadly we were away, and they had the support behind them to get themselves back in the game.
And it's a 10-day break now until we're back in league action. Long Eaton United away. What do you think needs to improve between now and then to get a result out of that one?
I think going forward, just coming out second half and keeping exactly the same energy levels and commitment and organisation going into each and every half, and just take it half by half as we go into games, really. I think that's what's let us down in other games, where we've not come out and started exactly strongly again in the first, maybe even a second half, including like Anstey and whatnot. So I think just taking it half by half and getting not through them, but doing what we can to get a result each half, and just take it from then and sticking together.
Well, thanks for your time. Hard luck today.
Thank you.